Eid Mubarak, which I guess is a way of saying Happy Eid al-Kabir, but it is said as Eid Mubarak. I've been working on that for a while, and indeed, just have the best of the season from TVC, and especially from our program. Okay, we're in the season of looking at the, shall we say, the report sheets of the report cards of the current administration, all sorts of variations. Let's take a particular, turn today. We'll still stay on it, but then the criticism that has come, as a matter of fact, the criticism that has come from the political class. Here I'm speaking about two notable politicians, thinking of Malam Nasir El-Rufai and Rotimi Chibuike Amaechi. These are politicians, former governors, both of them, as well as other things in the political spectrum. The occasion was the 60th birthday of Rotimi Amaechi, and they had, interestingly, it was a birthday, but they had used that particular platform and time to be highly critical. Both of them actually were in the same camp, so to speak, as the current administration, talking in terms of their party, but for some reason they sort of really turned, it really got bloody in the sense that they were saying the most unkind things at all. In fact, Senator Shehu Sani, he had to call a press conference, and he has opined that both those gentlemen, El-Rufai and Amaechi, they were actually critical. They were actually hypocritical in their, criticism of President Tinubu and his administration. Okay, we'll look at that. So you see, this is the slight difference it's taken, in the sense that usually we will have the topic, but this one, the topic sort of, set itself. It was supposed to be, a happy birthday party. How a birthday party turned into a venue for criticism of the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and as Senator Shehu Sani, who after the event now called a press conference and said those people were actually being hypocritical in their criticism of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And, so let's look at that, and let's look at whether they have any merits at all and other ancillary matters. And my guest to help us do this, I can't be doing that from here, is Mr. Somi Uranta. He's an author, and he's also a political from my sort of introduction, you get the gist of what we're going to be talking about this morning. The outburst, is that what we should call it? One gentleman, a former governor of Kaduna State, had actually gone ahead and said that there are bandits in power, and the other gentleman, that, because we've taken just two of them, El-Rufai and Amaechi, had said that people are hungry, and quite a number of other things were said, among which were contentious claims that politicians do not have your interests at heart, meaning the people who actually vote to put them in power. So what do you think, because you heard it yourself, Senator Shehu Sani has called them to order and has given his own impression. Talk to me, please, if you will, about the three gentlemen. Number one, El-Rufai and Amaechi, and then the person who is seeking to call them to order, Senator Shehu Sani.
Sing the new tune and start acting like a repented.
He also said that they just have absolutely no moral justification, and he even went as far as to call, their statements hypocritical statements. And clearly, it does seem that, because the question of, if they had not, I don't know if the word to use, if the expression to use is lost out, if they had not lost out in the whole power equation, and suddenly they find themselves on the outside looking in, would they have gone this way at all? I was listening to Rotimi Amaechi, former governor, former transport minister. I was listening to him say that actually he said he's hungry in case anybody else isn't. As far as he's concerned, he is hungry. And that was supposed to be some sort of a criticism of the present administration. This was where he was berating. The other gentleman said that the administration had enabled or allowed for bandits to be running the country. But one moment, please, Mr. Uranta. Let me bring on Reverend Dominic, who has called in this morning. Let's hear his view, and then I'll come to you. Good morning, Reverend Dominic.
Good morning, Chief Jori. Can you hear me?
Very well, thank you.
Okay. Let me say this. Since 2014 till now, I have lost my voice to criticize this government because I was vocal in 2014 before the former party, both Buhari party and the present government, our President Tinubu party, marched together. We fought to the nail that anything but Jonathan. But to be frank to you, Erufai, myself, Rotimi Amaechi, we don't have any justification to criticize this government if we are fair to ourselves. Rotimi Amaechi said he's hungry. To me, it's one thing. I think he said there's nothing we can tell Nigerians again. In 2014, we are so hopeful that when Buhari come to power, corruption will be a thing of the past. You know better today. When Buhari come to power, this blood that flows every day in Nigeria will be a thing of the past. You know better today. I was mobbed in a shopping mall for supporting Buhari in my own constituency as a pastor. And you know better today. So Rotimi Amaechi has no moral stand to criticize the government. Erufai, if you remember, I criticized Buhari 2023 during the campaign, the kind of attitude he put to support this president. On Wednesday, Erufai pointed out that there's power in Asolok that don't want Tinubu to succeed. All of us were in the same trajectory. If Erufai is in this government today, will he criticize it? All of us in Nigeria today should sit back and know what else to tell Nigerians. We have all said the hunger in the land is so much. Mr. President is trying, but the subsidy, as said earlier, the way subsidy was removed and the harmonization of dollar or pounds has caused us this pain. It will take us time to recover. But Erufai, Rotimi Amaechi, all of us has no moral stand to criticize this government. Whatever Nigeria is going through today, it is not fair. Erufai and Amaechi have brought it to Nigerians. There's nothing can expect to Nigeria again. No more coalition that will work now until this president finishes the next 4 years' term. Maybe there's a coalition, but now there's no coalition that can work. All of us that work for coalition that brought this nature to work today has no moral justification. So, Erufai, Rotimi Amaechi should keep quiet. Let Mr. President finish his work. Good morning, Nigerians.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dominic. Back to you, Somi. Hello, Somi. Are you still with us? Can you still hear us?
Can't hear you clearly.
But did you hear the contribution of the last caller, Reverend Dominic?
Yes, I heard the caller.
Okay, excellent. That was Reverend Dominic calling in. Did you have any comments? Did you want to add to that? Because what he has said is that no, in fact, very few people have any moral justification to be criticizing these people, to be criticizing the president, because I'm sure you would have heard it yourself. We even had a program. I think yesterday was the latest instance where, painful as the measures that have been taken by President Tinubu might be, there simply isn't an alternative. We were in a situation where there was no room to maneuver. So I don't know. And these people are intellectually inclined. They know this. So what is going on now?
The truth of the matter is that what we are talking about right now is about if the persons of Rotimi Amaechi and Nasser El-Rufai, if they have what it takes to
to criticize this government. They have such power, they have moral rights, to criticize the government, which, of course, is a no. They do not have such right to criticize the government. So, but whether there is something that could be done better by the government or not, it's a different thing entirely. But first of all, these people who are criticizing, they're only throwing down from because they have fallen out of favor. Because Mr. Amaechi was the governor that gave Goodluck Jonathan, President GJ, the greatest headache from his own backyard. He led the governors, about 5 of them, called the new PDP, into APC. You know how much of Rivers money he spent, in supporting President Buhari because of his ambition. Now, the thing has, the present president, President Tinubu, has smarted him at the he is the most insensitive leader, or ruler, I should say. That same birthday, that I'm hungry.
Yes.
I agree with Wike that he's only hungry for power. Because since 1999, he's been in government. He's been feeding on government, feeding fat. That's the person I will tell you for less than 2 years out of government. He said, mocking Nigerians that he's hungry. So these kind of people, look, let me tell you the truth. I would rather work for, vote for, talk to people to vote for the president the second time in office than follow an Amaechi and Nasser A-5. Whatever coalition they are working on is dead on arrival. They don't have what it takes. And they cannot be trusted by Nigerians. You see, they think that the people...
I beg your pardon.
Nigerian people are very
Somi, I beg your pardon, Somi. I beg your pardon. Can I bring on Chudi, who has called in from Kafanchan? He's been holding on for a while. Let me bring in him and we'll come back to you. Good morning, Chudi in Kafanchan. It's been quite a while. Oh dear. I hope Chudi can hear us. Chudi, Eid Mubarak. Can you hear us, Chudi in Kafanchan? Well, Chudi certainly has called in from Kafanchan, but I think there's something wrong with the line. So I'm going to come back to you.
Now, Uncle, good morning.
How are you, sir? Good morning, Chudi.
Very fine. Good morning to your guest.
Indeed.
In the studio.
I said to you, Eid Mubarak, because we're in the season.
I want to say Barakah de Salah to all Nigerian Muslim brothers and sisters.
Okay then. Yeah. On to the business at hand.
Thank you very much. In the first instance, I would also join Nigerians to felicitate with Mr. Rotimi Rotimi Amaechi.
Rotimi Tinubu.
Happy birthday.
Rotimi Wike Amaechi.
Nigerians to see their criticism as a very bad one. It is not entirely negative. Even though they were at the forefront of bringing into play this very administration. There is nothing too wrong if they feel one way or the other.
Well,
that
sir,
the direction of
Judy,
the current administration is not what they had expected.
Sorry to interrupt you. As you know, Judy, if you can hear me, as you know, nobody is saying that people don't have a right to criticize. In fact, the administration has said that it is open to constructive criticism. But it's not my word or our word. Senator Shehu Sani had said that their criticism was hypocritical. Constructive criticism can be so useful. So nobody is saying don't criticize. So please continue, Chudi. I just wanted to bring that point out that even the administration invites constructive criticism.
Nigeria.
Go ahead, please, Chudi. Chudi, go ahead.
Criticism can be so useful. So nobody is saying don't criticize.
Oh, I see what's going on. There's a latency delay. I'm afraid we might have lost Chudi there. So, in case he can get back in, but, Somi, to come back to you, at that same point, nobody is saying don't criticize. But the issue here is that their criticism fell within the realm that Senator Shehu Sani, former, Kaduna Central senator had brought to bear, is that, look, this is hypocritical. These people were there, they were in a position to do things so that we can know that, okay, these people can talk. But nothing was done. So it's the warfare. In fact, Rotimi Amaechi went further to say that he has told Tinubu personally that I will not vote for you. It was very, very belligerent, and no doubt this is going towards the coalition that they are working on. It's almost as if they are sort of obsessed with this coalition and their opposition to their former, shall we say, party mate. Hello. I hope you can still hear me there.
Hello?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was saying that nobody is saying don't criticize. It's just that it needs to be constructive, and it was the determination of the the senator that we are citing this morning, Senator Shehu Sani, that was hypocritical, commentary from them, and that they just didn't have the moral ground to make those kind of statements. By all means, criticize, but let it be constructive.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, those comments were just like the senator, former senator, Shehu Sani said, quite hypocritical. There are things that will come from some certain people. We need to listen to it, but because those people are speaking and all power, they want to be in control on the side of the people. Mentioned, a lot of you may not have heard about body bags. It was this air that they brought some people, some non-Nigerians into Nigeria because they want to
come and ferment trouble.
President Jonathan.
Yeah.
And then after paying them, after the war, they wanted more and all that. And issues arose, and that is how some of these elements came to become Nigerians by force and unleashing mayhem on Nigerian society and Nigerian citizens. This is El-Rufai. While he was governor of Kaduna State, the Southern Kaduna was every day in, day out, hearing about killings upon killings, to the point that this same marauding bandits and terrorists even came as far as to the point of attacking the Nigerian Defense Academy. Telling people hosted, killing some top officers.
Indeed.
So you see, things have not gone too good now in Kaduna, but it cannot be compared to the period of El-Rufai.
Well, it's
so
just
people who have misused opportunities, who have refused to show leadership when they are there, cannot come around now to start because they've fallen out of favor with governance, and then they want to come and start pretending to be for the people. They are not for the people. They will never be for the people. And the coalition they are planning on is dead on arrival.
All right. Let me bring on. I hear you.
I would rather work for a President Tinubu than join this group of people.
Okay. Let me bring on Mazi Okorafor, who is holding on right now. Good morning, Mazi Okorafor. Thank you for holding on. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, Honorable Uranta. Mazi Okorafor from Aruzuku in Abia State. To all our Muslim brothers and sisters the world over.
Thank you very much.
In Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
From all of us. You see, so when we talk about critical about El-Rufai and Amaechi, there are two things we have to look at. One, the two actors should sit down and examine themselves. When they were in the office, how did they end up? They started where maybe what happened till the end. So even like the Honorable was just talking there, because during El-Rufai, there is no weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You will not hear about massacre in Kaduna State. So is that the type of person that is talking about coming to get presidency? In a state, you cannot control a state with local government, and you are talking about to come and take over a country made up of 774 local government. Is it possible? So we should see that and see that. There's nothing wrong for him, like Sani was not talking about hypocrisy. When you sit down, I've been saying it to people. There is nothing wrong for you to criticize anybody, but anybody working anywhere, even at where we are working now, people criticize you. I was talking about it. They said, no, what I'm saying, I said, I called the person, I said, okay, can you give me a solution? There was no solution. People started at I said, you are free to criticize. We normally give form to students in the university, assess everybody. Now, criticize constructively, criticize with solution. Now, you look back, you as an individual, when you were in a particular office, what did you achieve? Did you achieve 80% or 90%, or they were telling you are below average? That is the issue. I'm surprised that Amaechi just featured, like my brother was just taking as a seed, was telling Amaechi, happy birthday, at least 60 years. I wish him more years and stronger and stronger. Maybe this launching surface again. But I'll tell you all two of them. What they should do now is let them go back and relax. They should work out what we call as advisor with solution to any government they like, even the one they don't like. They just give so that constructive and solution that will help us somewhere. But if they are thinking about coming to dance as the president of the country, I wonder which political party that is going to pick them.
Indeed. That remains to be seen.
Nigerian will tell you, shine your eyes. Okadibo will tell you, faithful is not a fool.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Mazi Okoroafo. Somi Uranta, we'll just take a quick break. We'll be right back. Do please stay with us. And we'll keep on taking your calls as well. Okay, welcome back, and our guest is Somi Uranta. He's an author and political affairs analyst. We thank you very much for eating into your Eid al-Kabir holidays and speaking with us. Okay, but just let me, in the meantime, Emeka in Niger State came on the line. So let's hear from Emeka and then I'll come straight to you. Good morning, Emeka in Niger State.
Eid al-Kabir holidays. Okay, Emeka in Niger State came on.
Emeka, are you still with us? It does look as if Emeka is out, and sorry, that latency problem. So I'll take note of that. Apparently, it takes a few seconds for our speech to reach you and then come back again. So we have to bear that in mind, and for our viewers to please bear that in mind. It does happen from time to time. I don't know exactly what's going on. The mere fact, coming back to you now, Somi, the fact that it was supposed to be a birthday celebration, and then it turned to, a sort of a forum to be, bad-mouthing political colleagues. Just listening to it, I think it was Rotimi Amaechi that I heard saying that we can remove them for you if you want us to remove them. I didn't quite understand where was all of this coming from. It was supposed to be your happy day, but you spent all of your time, or at least the part of it that was covered, in pouring out bile. You've made the point that if they had been favored politically, it's inconceivable that they could be this belligerent. As you have noticed before, Nasir El-Rufai, I think he had his eye on the power ministry. He was even getting together a team, so the thought was at that time. But since that fell through, he took off for parts unknown, and now he's reappeared with this whole, coalition idea. well, it's their right. They have this right of association. But there seems to be this obsession with getting rid of the administration that most people are saying are doing their level best, and even though there are difficulties, we're nowhere near where we need to be, but it definitely has improved from where we were. And besides, there was no choice but to take this bitter medicine. Did you hear me? Or maybe I'm still waiting for the sound to reach you. Are you still with us? Okay. Let me try to take Ola from Abuja. And as I said, there seems to be some latency involved. Good morning to you, Ola in Abuja. Thank you for calling in.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Go ahead, please.
All right. Barka de Sallah, Uncle Yori.
Indeed. Same to you. Yes. Eid Mubarak to you.
All right. Quickly, what I want to say is that for what Rotimi Amaechi have said and what Erufai is saying, I think nobody should take them seriously. The reason why they are saying what they are saying is because they want to demarket the party. They want to demarket the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But what I want Nigerians to understand is that it doesn't matter how much they try. If they think they can pull down this government, there is no coalition now that can bring... I am into politics. I'm a delegate. I've been to different... So in 2023, Obi got 11 states. Atiku got 12 states. Tinubu got 13 states. I can say it anywhere. All the states that Tinubu got in the last election will be retained. Go, let anybody write it down. The one that Atiku won, the 12 states, things have changed. The dynamics have changed. I live in Kaduna. Today, if you have election, Atiku can no longer win that state. If you go to Katsina, Atiku can no longer win there. If you go to Osun, where Atiku won, so he has lost about 4 states. Even in Sokoto, he won with only 3,000 votes. The same thing can be said of Obi. Obi can no longer win Lagos. Obi has lost Edo because in the last election, they had a PDP governor. Things have changed. We go around every time because of the things we do. Obi, he should go to Delta and go and ask. His governor has decamped. Tinubu is winning that state. Then there's another governor, Umoeno. So they should just forget. Tinubu is going to win better than even the last. Imagine whether Atiku and Obi join together, they are going to be flogged. Whether they do it individually, they are going to meet their Waterloo. So let them continue to do coalition. That's all I have to say. But
well, thank you very much, Ola. Thank you very much, Ola, for saying it. Somi, would you like to comment? I fear that you might not be getting us. Can you hear us? The goodwill, the rhetorical question that Rotimi Amaechi was asking, that he is hungry, he put it. He said, I am hungry. He said, you are laughing? I am hungry if you are not. He was implying that it is this administration and its policies, right, that were making us hungry. You've spoken about the removal of fuel subsidy. No doubt that is playing a large part in the tightening of the belts that Nigerians are experiencing. But there was no alternative. There was no alternative. The subsidy could not continue to go on. Then sometimes they now come back and say, okay, even if he had to do it, he didn't do it in the right way. All of these people are not saying what they would have done. In fact, as you know, every one of them who was vying for the position that President Tinubu now holds promised exactly what he is doing now, especially as it relates to fuel subsidy. So why the hullabaloo? Why the hypocrisy, to use Senator Shehu Sani's words? I guess that's what you leave in the hands of Nigerians. Nigerians are not stupid, and they can tell the difference between when somebody is having them on and when somebody is being sincere. In fact, somebody had said, don't even worry at all. Don't waste time on all of these people. But, well, it's news. We have to report what they are saying and then give our own commentary on it. And I think you've been doing that this morning.
So when people, some people, when they have leader positions and they begin to superintend over the affairs of some people, they think that it's because they are too smart. It's just a chance. They have done great harm to Nigeria and Nigerians. So, like, messed up their opportunity. You can see, even in the midst of everything, since 1999, 2 years out of power, and he's hungry. What about those that have not tested, have any reason to go close to the cookie jar? Where he has always been feeding fat on all these years. So he's mocking Nigerians, and Nigerians knows that this is what he's doing. Same thing with El-Rufai. So the coalition they are trying to form is a wasted effort. All I keep saying is let the president focus on leadership so that Nigerians will live the good life. And what will happen in 2027 will happen. And it's now going to be dependent on these people.
Okay. Well, I think this is a fine place to leave it. Your advice, let the president focus on leadership. The man hardly needs any encouragement in that regard. He seems to be laser focused on leadership. And, as he has said, I feel your pain. He said that on a number of occasions, and that it is getting better, even though people howled at that statement that where is it getting better? But hey, people will talk. So I'm going to have to leave it here. I want to thank you very much for cutting into your holidays and coming on the program. Thank you very much, Somi Uranta, political affairs analyst and author, for coming on our program today. Thank you very much. Okay then, as I said, we'll leave it there. That's our program today. Do please join us on Monday for a fresh edition, even though Monday still will be within the holiday band. Nevertheless, God willing, we'll be here and we'll do this again. Bye-bye for now.